Hi, and welcome back to another video. And today I will once again be talking about Canadian politics. Now, it's been a couple weeks since I've touched on Canadian politics, but there's been this poll, very important poll that I must talk about. And that is this poll that dropped this morning, and it was conducted about a couple days ago. As you can see here, 38% for Conservatives, 31% for Liberals, 14% for NDP. Now, the Conservatives, right, have had this wide lead, for years, since I believe mid 2022, early 2023. I saw this poll this morning with the Conservative lead. If you look on January 17th, Conservatives have 45, Liberals only have 20. That is a 20-point lead for the Conservatives. Now, you do this poll that came out today. Conservatives 38%, Liberals 31, NDP 14.2. The Conservatives drop 7 points. The Liberals surge about 11, and the NDP also drops about 4 points. That is a 20-point swing for the Liberals. Now, you might be saying, whoa, what the heck is going on? I thought the Liberals were done for. I thought the Conservatives were going to get the supermajority. What's going on? Well, I will tell you what's going on, is because this is my first video that I'm making that Donald Trump is officially the 47th president of the United States. And you can see here, this poll was taken one day after Donald Trump's inauguration, and exactly one day after Donald Trump threatened these tariffs on Canada. Now, Donald Trump has frustrated several Canadian leaders, with him talking about annexing Canada, with him calling Trudeau governor of the 51st state, all this stuff. Now, on his inauguration, about the night of his inauguration, so he was just a couple hours into his presidency at this time, Trump announced that there were going to be tariffs on Canada, Mexico, and China on February 1st. So this is adding more fuel to the fire for Canadian leaders and for the Canadian citizens, who are now probably looking for a party that is the opposition to Donald Trump. Now, what is that opposition party? That would be the Liberals. They have surged 11 points after Trump, one day after Trump announced tariffs. I don't think it's a coincidence. I really don't. So it looks like, the Liberals are surging for the only reason because Donald Trump. Donald Trump is unintentionally helping the Liberal Party of Canada. Now, the Conservatives, right-wing party in Canada, are also opposed to these Trump tariffs, and they try to be, opposed to it, but they're also really soft as you had the Conservative leader coming out with this new ad with a lot of Canadian patriotism to it, but there's really no mention of Trump or any of the tariffs. So it just looks soft, and I do think that, the Conservatives really could screw this election up. And we are still right in the middle of a leadership leader election, and the next leader could be Mark Carney, who I think, will probably be the next leader of the Liberal Party. As you can see here, he has secured 4 key cabinet endorsements in race to become the next Prime Minister of Canada, to succeed the current Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau. So yeah, Mark Carney here is Mark Carney's just, he's having a lot of momentum right now. And if, the Canadian people are looking for this opposition to Trump and the tariffs, stuff that can harm Canadians and Americans, it could be Mark Carney and the Liberal Party. If Mark Carney is leading the Liberal Party, he could continue to close the gap on the Conservatives and, maybe win the next election. It really, 2 weeks ago, hell, a month ago, it looked impossible. As you can see here, let's go back a month ago, right? So today is January 23rd. Let's go a month since this poll was taken. So let's go to December 21st here. Okay, so we have December 22nd. Look at this. It's December 20th. On December 20th, look at it. 25-point lead for the Conservatives. And you also had a 23-point lead for the Conservatives. This was even before Justin Trudeau resigned, right? Even when Justin Trudeau resigned, barely much happens, right? The last poll taken before Justin Trudeau announced his resignation, the Conservatives still had this 20-plus lead over the Liberals. Justin Trudeau announces resignation, right? Still, I mean, the Conservatives go up by four. I mean, excuse me, the Liberals go up by 4 points, and the Conservatives go down. Conservatives go down by 4. But still, you know, the next day Liberals drop by 5, and the Conservatives go up by 4. And the next poll really doesn't have any movement besides the Conservatives going up by 1 point. And it's still kind of like steady here until Trump is inaugurated, and this poll comes out today. And this poll is conducted about 2 days ago, and it was released this morning, with the Liberals surging by 11 points and the Conservatives dropping below 40%. Hell, below 39%. There's not a single poll done before, excuse me, after Justin Trudeau resigns. There's not a single poll here that had the Conservatives below 39%. This is the lowest the Conservatives have been, and this is the highest the Liberals have been ever since the resignation of Justin Trudeau. So, like I said earlier, the Canadian people are looking for a party that will represent an opposition to Donald Trump and his tariffs and whatever else he brings to Canadians. And that's going to be the Liberal Party. It's also, they probably don't view it to be the NDP because Jagmeet Singh really is, I think, more unpopular than Justin Trudeau is. And you can see here that the NDP also has dropped by 4 points. Still not as much as the Conservatives did, but still, this is really showing their unpopularity. And I think that the NDP will probably do pretty bad in the next election, and Jagmeet Singh will have to resign. But yeah, Liberals are gaining momentum as of right now. Now, we're going to have to wait and see until the next poll comes out. I'm not sure when that's going to be. Probably very soon, as, we're still heading to the next election, and, with Mark Carney probably securing the leadership here. Yeah, and we're going to see what happens. It's going to be very interesting. But so far, you have Mark Carney gaining momentum in this Liberal leadership race. Now, can that change? Can Chrystia Freeland come back from this? She absolutely can. Yeah, anything can happen in Canadian politics, even within the first 5 to 10 minutes. Anything can happen. Freeland could totally make a comeback. How the Conservatives could continue to pull ahead here or not, we will see. But still, as of right now, what the numbers are showing, what the data is showing, is that the Conservatives are losing their momentum as compared to even, just a couple weeks ago after Justin Trudeau's resignation, where they had this 18-point lead or this 26-point lead. Now it's down to 5. 20-point swing to the Liberals. Not good. If I was Pierre, Conservative leader of Canada, I would be working to be a stronger opposition to Trump. Does that hurt their Conservative base? Yes, it does, but it's absolutely necessary if they want, to win the majority in the next election. Now, do I believe that they'll have do I believe will they have a supermajority? Absolutely not. This confirms that they have probably lost that. However, it's still early. Like I said, they still can surge ahead, and the Liberals, it's also possible that the Liberals could take over the polling for the first time since 2022. As you can see here, let me just show you here. So, the last time the Conservatives led was 2022. Or, excuse me, the last time Liberals led was 2022, right? The Conservatives were leading, then the Liberals took over, and then the Conservatives took over. And the Conservatives have been leading ever since, and they have surged from the chaos and the unpopularity of Justin Trudeau. However, Justin Trudeau has now resigned. Justin Trudeau will not be running for Prime Minister anymore, and you could really see the Conservative lead here collapse. Look at that. And you could see the Liberals surging here. They are up. They are surging. Of course, there's the NDP also dropping too. So yeah, not good for the Conservatives. And it looks like, that the Liberals are actually making a comeback here, and that Trump is unintentionally helping the Liberals and harming the Conservative Party. Now, if this continues, this will be an amazing comeback. The Liberals, who, were even viewed that they could possibly not even be in the opposition in the next election if they were lost. Now, it's looking like not only will they be the opposition, but they could also win the election and keep their majority. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens and how this will unfold. Will this continue to? Will the Trump tariffs now? The Canadian leadership election will take place March 9th, which means Trump's tariffs will go in February 1st. Trudeau already said that there's going to be some response from Canadian leadership. So if that happens, if the tariffs go in, the Canadian people will probably still look for an opposition party for Donald Trump, and that's going to be the Liberals. So if the tariffs go in, either Trudeau's going to be blamed or Donald Trump's going to be blamed, and it will harm the Conservatives. But if it's Trudeau getting blamed, then it's going to harm the Liberals. So it could either go both ways, and it's really hard to tell on what's going to happen. So, yeah, there's still a lot more to go on, a lot more to happen. And yeah, I will keep you all updated with whatever happens. If there's another poll dropping here, that there is still a lot more to talk about when it comes to the Canadian politics. So stay tuned. And I will see you guys later. But anyways, that is the video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.